It's no lie, I've mentioned it before, the first Vermisplicer that I built was my secondary. This thing. And I don't regret it, it was actually really useful, but as a primary, even though if you look at the total damage, I mean, they've got pretty much similar builds. This primary has way more crit on it though, and a little bit more status, and magazine's bigger, but the damage on the secondary is 2,112. On the primary, it's 968. But the primary is stronger. So what about the secondary? I built this first before I built the primary because I wanted to try it as a secondary against what was basically the catch moon at the time. Well, since then we kind of have something different we can compare it to, because, simply put, the way that the Vermisplicer works is it shoots out tentacles that kind of attach themselves to nearby enemies, which very, very nicely means you're hitting more than one enemy at a time. Oh, the Kuva Nukor happens to do exactly the same thing. But, and here's the big but of it all, the Vermisplicer has better accuracy, worse accuracy, sorry, better fire rate, smaller magazine, better crit, but worse crit multiplier. Of course, it depends how you build your Vermisplicer because it is actually a Kitgun. I think, okay, 50% status, the Vermisplicer has none, but it does have 5.6 per projectile. And it also happens to do 90 damage, whereas the Kuva Nukor does 21. Which, in theory, with the fact the Vermisplicer has a 28% crit chance, but only a 2x crit multiplier, and does 90 damage instead of 21, because the Kuva Nukor only does radiation, the Vermisplicer does impact, puncture, slash, and toxin. Ooh, okay, this was unplanned, but I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. 2,038 damage versus the Vermisplicer. Not its actual name, but never mind. Here we are. Oh no, it is. Vermisplicer. So which one is named wrong? Anyway, this thing also has about 2,000 damage. 20 of them, please, because what we're looking for here is simple numbers. Ignoring the crit spot and just aiming midsection, we are hitting... Wow, that's the problem right there. Watch. I will aim at you. Over here. Over here. And it kind of goes for the one you were aiming at originally. It's kind of a bit weird like that. But it's not spreading like it once used to. This was too many enemies. If we aim at the crit spot and start shooting, it's still hundreds. That being said, it may be hundreds, but fresh 180 please. Thank you. That's a look at the health and how quickly it goes down. This may have the smaller of the magazines at 37, but yeah. Come on, and you're gone. Give me another one that's partially damaged. There's got to be a few of you. Yeah. It may only be doing hundreds with the odd 1,000 in there, but yeah. This is why I just ran out of ammo. I will shoot you with my imaginary gun. Pew, pew. Yeah. Take that and like it. I forgot how quickly that thing actually eats ammo. But that being said, the Kuva Nukor, if we do the same thing and aim midsection, is hitting for thousands at a time. And yeah, I love the Vermisplicer, but this is one magazine and 8 dead level 180s. Yeah, they both have rivens in, by the way, and this is not aiming at the crit spots. Could have been 6. I should probably have gone and checked that. I really had high hopes for the Vermisplicer here. May have to come back to that. Let's aim for your crit spot. Not that it really matters. This is not a crit-based weapon, but... yeah. No-brainer on this one. That is one of the big differences between crit and status. Oh, you're gone. And so are you. Ah, you see, now I don't know. It is not hitting multiple enemies as it once did for some reason. But as a quick example, this is the primary. Yeah. That's the difference between... you see, it does hit multiple enemies. I thought it did, so why wasn't it? What? Okay. Somebody explain this to me. Why is this so broken? That is the key reason it's not doing anything like it should be doing. It's not going between multiple enemies. Yeah, it's hitting all three, but I'm literally aiming between them. Whereas if I jumped to the primary, it just kind of annihilated everything very quickly. Out of the three, oh, the Vermisplicer primary is still not as good as the Kuva Nukor is. It just, well, it lives up to its name. There's a reason they call it the nukeall. That's one mag, and that's, thank you, at least 6 dead level 180s. But, can you tell I really want the Vermisplicer to win this one? It's not going to, but it literally depends what enemy you're going up against as to which one works the best. Because, yeah. Yeah. Oh, plus the Vermisplicer can leave these things on the floor depending on what arcane you put in them that have different kind of perks to them, but obviously having impact slash puncture and everything else, it says level 180 and you have shields. Goodbye. And the person behind you, goodbye. And yet again, it's ignoring the one I'm aiming at and going for the one behind it. And now it's hitting both. It kind of makes no sense, but as with everything, because I get wrong every time I do these, it depends what faction you take this up against. I like this thing for the Corpus because this doesn't even have magnetic on it. If you have magnetic on it, oh, those guys go down like they weren't even there at all. But that's because the Vermisplicer secondary has impact, puncture and slash, as mentioned before. The status based side of things has to get through the shields first. So that it's kind of just as a... Nah, who are we kidding? It's still king. I will stop shooting and you will all... Oh, no. Who said you could live? That's the viral coming into play, by the way. The health just completely disappearing there. Because when viral kicks in, your health gets halved. Their health gets halved, in this case. Which is why I left the viral on instead of jumping to magnetic. But, yeah, even against enemies with shields... Status instead of impact, puncture, slash, wins every time. So with that, we'll leave this off here. I was really expecting the Vermisplicer to be slightly better than it turned out to be, because I used it for so long. But the primary's still good at least. Probably the best out of all of them, if we're being brutally honest here, because, yeah, it does a heck of a lot more damage than either of them. So as a primary, yeah, Vermisplicer definitely wins this one in primary form. Secondaries, well, that's a conclusion you can... Okay. Oh, the Corpus are having a sleepover look. Instead of one over the other, the Kuva Nukor for the secondary, the Vermisplicer for the primary, because even though it has half the damage the secondary had, and I should probably go in there and fix it, because I pretty much guarantee the build on this is complete junk, because I was trying something many moons ago and never fixed it. I don't even know if that one has the ribbon in it. But, simple conclusion to this, Vermisplicer as a primary is better after all, so throw that in the primary and run the Nukor and then both, because... there is no Nukeall primary. Hopefully one day we will get that, because a nukeall primary would be amazing. A dual wielding nukeall, never going to happen with this thing in existence. But a nukeall based primary that was just as good as, because there is something that kind of works similar, but I literally mean something called nukeall, but in the primary. And here's a weird one. They could call it the Rockun, which would be nukeall backwards, in the primary. Yeah, then I would just flip these round and run the nukeall in the primary and the Vermisplicer in the secondary, because the Vermisplicer primary, way better than the Kuva Nukor in the secondary. But it means you can run both. So really the argument here was, which one's better? Well, they're as good as each other. We'll just put it that way. Let me know in the comment section below, which one do you prefer? When it comes to secondaries, the Nukor is definitely better. But Vermisplicer has the advantage of being able to go as a primary as well if you build it for that. So we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.